The resume got you here. Now win the room. In our previous video, which you must watch if you have not already, we unlocked Shloka 107 of Vishnu Sahasranama and showed you how the five divine weapons of Lord Vishnu map directly onto the five essential tools of modern resume readiness. We showed you how to use ChatGPT, JobScan, LinkedIn AI, and Abhijit Muhurta to build a resume that commands attention and cuts through every ATS filter. And now, if you have been following that practice with sincerity, something has happened, or something is about to happen. The recruiter called, the email arrived, the message came through. We would like to invite you for an interview. Pause. Take a breath, because this is the moment everything changes. You have followed Lord Vishnu's guidance. You have prepared your Shankha, your resume. You have sharpened your Nandaka, your skills. You have aimed your Sudarshana Chakra, your targeted application, and it landed perfectly. Lord Vishnu, as Sarva Praharana Ayudha, cleared the path and delivered you to this door. But here is the truth that every job seeker knows in their bones the night before an interview. The resume gets you the interview gets you the offer, and for the interview, the 30 minutes or 60 minutes that can change the entire trajectory of your career, you need something that no resume tool, no AI, and no keyword optimization can give you. You need the ability to walk into that room and be so clear, so calm, so articulate, and so compelling that the panel thinks only one thing: this person must be hired. That is not a skill you can download. That is not something a prompt can generate. That quality, that presence, that effortless eloquence, that ability to channel everything you know into 30 perfect minutes. That is Vak Siddhi, the perfection of speech. And there is one divine force in all of creation that holds the power to give it to you. Her name is Devi Matangi, and today we introduce you to her. The woodcutter's story and the modern job seeker. Before we speak of Matangi herself, we must tell you the story behind the very hymn we are using today, the Shyamala Dandakam, because this story is the most perfect mirror of every job seeker's experience that we have ever encountered in our entire tradition. The story. Thousands of years ago, in the court of a brilliant and proud princess, there lived a group of scheming courtiers. They decided, as a joke, to present the most unlikely candidate imaginable for the princess's hand in marriage: a simple, unlettered woodcutter from the forest. A man with no education, no eloquence, no credentials, and no qualifications whatsoever. Through clever stage management, they coached him just enough to appear wise in her presence. The princess, impressed by his apparent composure, agreed to marry him. But the truth could not be hidden for long, and when the princess discovered she had married a fool, she was devastated. The woodcutter, in desperation, was directed by a great sage to enter the temple of the goddess, Bhadrakali, the fierce form of Matangi, before she returned from her evening walk. He entered, he locked the doors, and when the goddess came back and demanded entry, he refused, absolutely with complete courage, unless she granted him wisdom. The goddess smiled. She granted him the boon, and the very first words that poured from his mouth, the first expression of his newly awakened intelligence, was the Shyamala Dandakam, this hymn, these words. The most celebrated stotra in the Tamil and Sanskrit Shakta traditions, composed in a single flowing sentence of divine ecstasy by the greatest poet who ever lived, Mahakavi Kalidasa himself. Why this story is your story? Think about what that woodcutter represents. He had years of experience in the forest, with his hands, in the world. But he could not express it. He had knowledge, but no vehicle for it. He had capability, but no channel. Does that sound familiar? How many professionals do you know? How many times have you felt that you are more capable than your interview performance reflects? That you know the answer, but the words do not come? That you have done the work, but under the pressure of the panel, something freezes? That your years of expertise somehow compress into silence or stumble in the one moment they matter most? That is the woodcutter's problem. And the woodcutter's solution is ours too. The interview is not a test of what you know. It is a test of how well you can channel what you know, on demand, under pressure, in 30 minutes, through the vessel of your speech. And Devi Matangi is the goddess of that channeling. She does not add anything to you, she opens the channel. She removes the block. She allows what is already inside you to flow through your words with clarity, grace, and irresistible conviction. The woodcutter had the experience. He just needed the flow. So do you. And Matangi gives it. Who is Devi Matangi? Her origin and divine strengths. Her identity. Devi Matangi is one of the 10 Dasha Mahavidyas, the 10 supreme tantric forms of the Divine Mother, each embodying a specific cosmic power. She is the seventh Mahavidya, and in the Lalita Sahasranama tradition, she holds the position of Maha Mantrini, the Prime Minister in the divine court of Goddess Lalita Tripurasundari. Think about that title for a moment. The Prime Minister. Not the warrior, not the treasurer. The one who manages all communication, all counsel, all strategy, all negotiation. The one who speaks on behalf of the Supreme. That is Matangi's cosmic role, and it is the perfect role model for every professional going into an interview. She is also known as Raja Matangi, the royal Matangi, Shyamala, the dark luminous one, and in the Shakta tradition, she is considered the tantric form of Saraswati. Not the gentle, book holding Saraswati of school blessings, but the fierce, intoxicated, utterly commanding Saraswati who can turn a fool into a poet in a single breath. Her form. Devi Matangi is described as emerald green in color, the vibrant living green of new growth, of intelligence in full bloom. She is beautiful, intoxicated with divine bliss, Mother Shalini, seated on a throne of gems, playing a veena strung with divine sound. She has 8 arms in her full form, holding a noose, pasha, gourd, ankusha, sugarcane bow, flower arrows, a skull, kapala, a sword, and in some descriptions, a crystal mala and a book. The instruments of speech mastery, attention direction, sweetness of expression, and the knowledge that flows through it. Most importantly, her most defining attribute is the phrase used in the very first verse of the Dandakam to describe her. Manjula Vag Vilasam. She who delights in beautiful, captivating, sweet speech. Speech is not her tool, speech is her play. And when she graces a devotee, speech becomes their play too. Her domain, Mercury and the D10 chart. In the Dasha Mahavidya system, each Mahavidya governs a specific planetary energy. Matangi is the Mahavidya of Mercury, Buddha, the planet of speech, intellect, communication, wit, quick thinking, networking, and the written and spoken word. In your D10 Dashamsha chart, the Vedic astrology chart of career and profession, Mercury governs your ability to present yourself, negotiate salary, articulate your achievements, and hold an intelligent conversation under pressure. A strong Mercury in the D10 gives effortless verbal fluency in professional settings. A weakened Mercury creates the exact experience of the woodcutter. You know, but you cannot say. Matangi Namajapa directly strengthens and awakens Mercury in both your natal D1 and career D10 chart. The names we will chant today are not arbitrary devotional phrases. They are vibrational activators of specific Mercury qualities that every job seeker needs in the interview room. Chanting these 11 namas on Wednesday, Buddhavar, Mercury's day, especially during Abhijit Muhurta in the days leading up to your interview, and on the morning of the interview itself, creates a concentrated Mercury activation that most professionals never access. Making the convincing argument. Why you must be hired. Before we give you the namas, we must address something that most interview coaches never talk about: the inner argument. Every interview has two conversations happening simultaneously: the one the panel hears, your answers, and the one happening inside your own mind, your belief about whether you deserve this role. And here is the hard truth: the panel always hears both. Not the words of your inner doubt, but the vibration of it, the slight hesitation, the qualifier you did not need to add, the eye contact you broke 1 second too soon, the answer that was technically correct but somehow did not land. Matangi's gift is not just fluency, it is conviction. The certainty that what you are about to say is worth saying, worth hearing, and worth acting upon. And conviction begins with one thing: knowing, truly knowing, why you must be hired. Build your case before the interview. Before you sit for any interview, write down and internalize these 5 declarations. These are not affirmations, these are evidence based arguments. The same arguments Matangi's speech will carry through your words on the day. I bring specific demonstrated experience that directly solves the problems this role was created to solve. My achievements are not theoretical, they are documented, quantified, and real. I have continuously upskilled. I am not a static professional. I learn, I adapt. I am already ahead of where this role needs me to be in 6 months. I bring the cultural and collaborative energy that elevates teams. Technical skill without this is incomplete. I bring both. My preparation for this interview, researching this company, this role, this panel, demonstrates exactly the quality of attention and commitment I will bring to every project on day one. I am not here to beg for a job. I am here to present a partnership, my skills and energy in exchange for this platform and opportunity. Both sides gain. This is a business case, not a request. These 5 arguments, internalized before the interview and activated through the Matangi Japa practice, become the invisible architecture of every answer you give. Interviewers do not just hear your words, they feel the certainty behind them. That certainty is what Matangi gives. The 11 Matangi Namas for interview readiness. We have carefully selected these 11 names directly from the Shyamala Dandakam and the Matangi tradition, each chosen because it activates a specific quality that a job seeker needs in the interview room. Together, they form a complete Mercury and speech activation sequence. The 11 Namas for daily japa before your interview. Chant each name as Om Namaha. Example, Om Vak Siddhi Namaha. Do 11 rounds of all 11 namas on the morning of your interview. 1. Manjula Vag Vilasai, meaning, she who delights in beautiful, captivating, and sweet speech. The very first description of Matangi in the Dandakam Dhyana Shloka. Interview resonance. This is the foundational nama. It activates the quality of speech that is not just correct, but genuinely pleasant and compelling to listen to. In an interview, this is the difference between an answer that is technically right and one that the panel actually enjoys hearing. Activate this before every interview. 2. Vak Shuddha Sechanai, meaning, she who irrigates and nourishes the world with the nectar of her speech. From the Dandakam body text, Vak Shuddha Sechane. Interview resonance. Sudha means nectar. Sechane means to sprinkle or pour. This nama activates speech that nourishes the listener. Answers that leave the interviewer feeling genuinely satisfied and enriched. When a candidate speaks and the panel feels this person gets it, that is Vak Sudha at work. 3. Bharati Nisaranai, meaning, she from whose grace speech flows effortlessly from the devotee's mouth. From the Dandakam. Tasya Vaktrad Gadya Padyatmika Bharati Nisarat. From the devotee's mouth, speech flows in both prose and poetry. Interview resonance. Nisarat means flows out spontaneously. This is the most specific interview nama. It directly targets the quality of effortless recall and articulation under pressure. When you cannot remember your achievements in the heat of an interview, this nama is the activation key. 4. Jnana Mudra Karai, meaning, she whose hand forms the Jnana Mudra, the gesture of wisdom and knowledge. From the Dandakam. Jnana Mudra Kare. The Jnana Mudra is the classical hand gesture of a teacher transmitting deep wisdom. Interview resonance. In an interview, technical knowledge must be expressed with authority. This nama activates the quality of teaching presence, the ability to explain complex topics with the clarity and confidence of an expert who owns their knowledge completely. Critical for technical interviews and case studies. 5. Vag Vishesha Atmikai, meaning, she who is the essence of all specialized forms of speech and language. From the closing Mahima section of the Dandakam. Sarva Vidya Visheshatmakam. All specific forms of knowledge expression are her. Interview resonance. Every interview has its own language. Finance interviews have their vocabulary. Technology interviews have theirs. Healthcare has its own. This nama activates domain-specific fluency, the ability to speak the language of the specific field you are interviewing for, using the right terminology, the right framing, the right register. 6. Sarva Mantra Atmikai, meaning she who is the soul of all mantras, all charged, impactful words, directly from the Dandakam closing. Sarva Mantra Atmike. Every word spoken with divine backing becomes a mantra. Interview resonance. In negotiation and persuasion, salary discussion, presenting your case for a promotion, handling a difficult interview question, this Nama gives your words mantra like impact. The panel does not just hear what you say, they feel it as true. This is the Nama for anyone who needs to turn their answers into persuasive, memorable statements. 7. Sarvatantra Atmikai, meaning she who is the essence of all systems, all technical frameworks, all structured methodologies, directly from the Dandakam. Sarva Tantratmike. Tantra means system or loom, the underlying structure of any practice. Interview resonance. For technology, engineering, data science, and systems focused professionals, this is your Nama. It activates clarity when explaining technical systems, architectural decisions, coding methodologies, agile frameworks, DevOps pipelines, or any structured technical domain. When the interviewer asks, "Walk me through your approach," Sarva Tantra Atmika is speaking through you. 8. Sarvayantra Atmikai, meaning she who is the soul of all tools, instruments, and machines, directly from the Dandakam. Sarvayantra Atmike. Yantra means tool, instrument, or machine. Interview resonance. In the modern age, yantra equals technology tools, AI tools, software platforms, coding languages, data tools. This Nama specifically activates fluency when discussing tools in an interview. Tell me about your experience with tool is one of the most common interview questions. Sarva Yantra Atmika ensures your answer is confident, specific, and completely credible. 9. Sarva Vidya Atmikai, meaning she who embodies all forms of knowledge, from the Dandakam, Sarva Vidyatmike. All knowledge, academic, experiential, intuitive, is her expression. Interview resonance. The imposter syndrome Nama. Many professionals, especially career changers, women returning after a career break, or candidates going for stretch roles, feel that their knowledge is somehow incomplete or not real. Sarva Vidya Atmika dissolves that doubt. All the knowledge you have accumulated in work, in life, in self directed learning is valid, complete, and worthy. Chant this when self doubt surfaces before an interview. 10. Sarvanada Atmikai, meaning she who is the soul of all sound and resonance. From the Dandakam, Sarvanadatmike. Nada means the primordial sound vibration that underlies all created sound, including the voice. Interview resonance. Voice quality, tone, pace, and resonance are enormously influential in interviews. Research shows that vocal qualities account for more than 30% of first impressions. This Nama activates the deeper qualities of your voice: calm resonance, steady pace, confident pitch. It is the Nama for anyone whose voice becomes high, rushed, or shaky under interview pressure. Nada Atmika steadies the voice from within. 11. Sarva Shabda Atmikai, meaning she who is the essence of all words, all vocabulary, all language. From the Dandakam, Sarva Shabdatmike. Every word that has ever been spoken or will be spoken is her manifestation. Interview resonance. The vocabulary and word choice Nama. Strong word choice in an interview, using precise, powerful, confident language rather than vague, hedging, passive constructions, transforms good answers into great ones. I contributed to versus I led. We kind of improved versus I delivered a 40% improvement. Sarva Shabda Atmika gives you command of the exact words that carry maximum impact for your specific context. Below are the 5 essential steps to be performed as part of the Parayana. Achamana involves sipping water for internal purification, and Shuddhi, purification, is the act of cleansing both yourself and your surroundings by sprinkling water. You can watch detailed step-by-step visuals for both in other videos on our Jyotishya Ganaka channel. Sankalpa is the formal resolve to perform the Parayana. Detailed Sankalpa guidance will be provided later in the video. Japa Parayana is the core practice. In this session, we perform it 3 times, but you should aim to chant or listen to at least 100 repetitions daily. We will also be releasing a dedicated 108 Mala Japa video for continuous listening after Sankalpa. Finally, Prayaschitta is the closing atonement, where we seek forgiveness from Devi for any mistakes made during the Parayana. Om Shyamalaya Sakshat Adya Aham Sakshatkara Siddhyartham Vak Siddhi Praptyartham Matangi Nama Japam Karishye. Translation. In the divine presence of Devi Shyamala, today, I, for the success of my interview and for the attainment of the perfection of speech, shall perform the japa of the names of Matangi. The 11 Nama Japa. Take your Spatika, crystal mala. Crystal is specifically associated with Mercury and with clarity of mind. A Spatika mala is ideal. If unavailable, a white sandalwood mala also works. Chant the 11 namas as listed in section 5, each preceded by Om and followed by Namaha. Complete 11 full rounds. 11 namas times 11 rounds equals 121 repetitions, daily in the week before your interview. On the morning of the interview, complete 3 rounds of all 11 namas before you leave home. Wear something with a touch of green if possible, even a green tie, scarf, or accessory, as green is Matangi's color and Mercury's color. Cannot chant? Listening grants full phala. Play the Shyamala Dandakam through earphones on your way to the interview. Matangi's sound enters through the ears and activates the throat. The tradition teaches that hearing with devotion is as complete as chanting. Om Manjulavag Vilasayai Namaha. Om Vak Shuddhasechanayai Namaha. Om Bharati Nissaranayai Namaha. Om Jnanamudrakarayai Namaha. Om Sarvavag Vishesha Atmikayai Namaha. Om Sarva Mantra Atmikayai Namaha. Om Sarva Tantra Atmikayai Namaha. Om Sarva Yantra Atmikayai Namaha. Om Sarva Vidya Atmikayai Namaha. Om Sarva Nada Atmikayai Namaha. Om Sarva Shabda Atmikayai Namaha. Om Manjulavag Vilasayai Namaha. Om Vak Shuddhasechanayai Namaha. Om Bharati Nissaranayai Namaha. Om Jnanamudrakarayai Namaha. Om Sarvavag Vishesha Atmikayai Namaha. Om Sarva Mantra Atmikayai Namaha. Om Sarva Tantra Atmikayai Namaha. Om Sarva Yantra Atmikayai Namaha. Om Sarva Vidya Atmikayai Namaha. Om Sarva Nada Atmikayai Namaha. Om Sarva Shabda Atmikayai Namaha. Om Manjulavag Vilasayai Namaha. Om Vak Shuddhasechanayai Namaha. Om Bharati Nissaranayai Namaha. Om Jnanamudrakarayai Namaha. Om Sarvavag Vishesha Atmikayai Namaha. Om Sarva Mantra Atmikayai Namaha. Om Sarva Tantra Atmikayai Namaha. Om Sarva Yantra Atmikayai Namaha. Om Sarva Vidya Atmikayai Namaha. Om Sarva Nada Atmikayai Namaha. Om Sarva Shabda Atmikayai Namaha. Aparad Sahasrani Kriyante Aharnisham Maya Dasosyam Itimam Mata Kshamasva Parameshwari. Thousands of errors are committed by me day and night. Knowing me as your devoted servant, O Supreme Goddess, please forgive me.